If Christmas feels heavy this year, if the lights feel too bright, the smiles feel forced, and the joy everyone talks about feels far away, there's nothing wrong with you, and you're not alone. Before we go any further, if messages like this help you gain some clarity, subscribe, like this video, and stay with me. You're in the right place. Christmas is supposed to feel warm. It's supposed to feel safe. It's supposed to feel like belonging. But for many people, it doesn't. Instead, it feels quiet in the wrong way. It feels loud in your mind, but silent in your heart. It feels like you're surrounded, yet unseen. And the hardest part, you feel guilty for feeling this way. You tell yourself, I should be grateful. I should be happy. Others have it worse. So you smile, you show up, you laugh when expected. But inside, something feels off. That heaviness you can't explain, it didn't come from nowhere. Christmas has a way of exposing emotional truths we spend the rest of the year avoiding. It magnifies who's no longer here, who changed, who disappointed you, who you outgrew, who never showed up when you needed them. It reminds you of old memories, broken traditions, versions of life you hoped for but never arrived. And unlike regular days, Christmas forces reflection. You can't distract your way out of it easily. The silence between celebrations gets louder. The comparison becomes sharper. You see families laughing and wonder why yours feels distant. You see couples smiling and remember what you lost or never had. You see joy everywhere, and instead of feeling uplifted, you feel exposed. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Here's something rarely spoken aloud. Christmas is emotionally heavy because it represents meaning. It represents love, connection, safety, home. And when any of those feel fractured in your life, the contrast hurts. The world tells you Christmas is about happiness, but happiness isn't something you can switch on, especially when you've been carrying grief quietly, healing from betrayal, learning to stand alone, growing away from people who once felt like home. The truth is, some people don't feel sad on Christmas. They feel tired. Tired of pretending, tired of explaining, tired of being strong all year and suddenly expected to feel joyful on command. If Christmas feels heavy this year, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're aware. It means you're honest with yourself. It means you've lived enough to know that real joy isn't loud, it's layered. You're not failing at Christmas. You're processing life, and that matters more than appearances. What if the heaviness isn't something to fight? What if it's not sadness, but truth asking to be acknowledged? What if this Christmas isn't about forcing joy, but about allowing yourself to be real? Because sometimes the most healing thing you can do is stop pretending you're okay and simply allow yourself to exist as you are. No pressure, no performance, no mask, just honesty. One of the most exhausting lies about Christmas is this: that you're supposed to feel happy simply because the calendar says so. Joy becomes an obligation. Smiles become currency. Gratitude becomes a performance. And the moment you don't feel it, you start blaming yourself. You think, why can't I just enjoy this? What's wrong with me? Why does everyone else seem fine? But here's the truth most people won't admit. A lot of the joy you see during Christmas is managed, not natural. People are masking. People are coping. People are holding themselves together for a few days. So when you compare your inner world to other people's outer presentation, you're comparing truth to theater. And that comparison will always hurt you. When you force yourself to feel happy while ignoring what you actually feel, something dangerous happens. Your emotions don't disappear. They go underground. They turn into emotional numbness, irritability, sudden sadness with no clear cause, a feeling of being disconnected even in a room full of people. That's because emotions are information. They're not problems to eliminate. They're signals asking to be understood. Forcing happiness is like turning up the radio so you don't hear the warning sound in your car. It doesn't fix the issue. It delays the repair. For many people, Christmas brings a specific kind of grief, not always about death, but about loss of expectation. The life you thought you'd have by now, the relationships you hoped would last, the version of yourself you were becoming before life changed direction. Christmas highlights the gap between what you imagine, and what actually happened. And sitting with that gap hurts. Not because you're ungrateful, but because you cared. What if this year you stopped asking yourself, how do I feel happy? And started asking, how do I move through this with honesty and gentleness? That shift changes everything. Instead of fighting your emotions, you make space for them. Instead of judging yourself, you observe. Instead of forcing joy, you allow moments of peace to arrive naturally. Peace is quieter than happiness, but it's far more sustainable. And sometimes, peace is exactly what your nervous system needs. This doesn't mean isolating yourself. It doesn't mean rejecting celebration, and it doesn't mean sinking into sadness. It means participating without abandoning yourself. It means leaving early if you need to, saying no without over-explaining, sitting quietly without guilt, enjoying small moments without pressure to feel more. You don't need to feel joyful every second for Christmas to still matter. Your presence is enough. Here's something powerful to understand. You don't owe anyone an emotion. You don't owe cheerfulness. You don't owe enthusiasm. You don't owe explanation. Your responsibility is not to perform happiness. It's to protect your inner balance. And when you give yourself permission to be real, something unexpected happens. The heaviness softens, not because you forced it away, but because you stopped fighting yourself. If Christmas feels heavy this year, it doesn't mean it has to be wasted. Some of the most important turning points in life don't happen during celebration. They happen during quiet awareness. This kind of Christmas isn't asking you to feel more. It's asking you to listen more, to notice what your soul has been trying to say all year, but you were too busy surviving to hear. The exhaustion, the distance, the longing for something deeper, calmer, more aligned. This season slows the world down just enough for those truths to surface. And that's not a curse, that's an invitation. You don't need this Christmas to be loud, perfect, or joyful to be meaningful. Sometimes meaning looks like sitting with yourself without distraction, letting memories pass without resisting them, acknowledging what hurt without reopening old wounds, accepting where you are without rushing to fix it. This is what returning to yourself looks like. Not dramatic, not emotional, just honest. And honesty is where healing begins. Every heavy season carries a lesson, not to punish you, but to prepare you. This Christmas might be teaching you that you've outgrown certain dynamics, that you need stronger boundaries, that you've been given too much without refilling, that it's time to stop performing and start protecting your peace. Not all lessons come wrapped in joy. Some come wrapped in clarity. And clarity, even when uncomfortable, is a gift. A good Christmas doesn't mean everyone showed up. Everything felt magical. You were happy all the time. A good Christmas can simply mean you didn't abandon yourself. You honored your emotional limits. You allowed yourself to feel without judgment. You left the season more aware than when you entered it. That is growth. And growth always matters more than appearances. If Christmas feels heavy this year, remember this: you are not behind. You are not broken. You are not failing life. You are becoming more honest, more selective, more aligned. And sometimes, before life becomes lighter, you have to stop pretending it isn't heavy. That's not weakness, that's maturity. If this message gave you even a moment of clarity or calm, support this channel by subscribing. Like the video if it resonated. Share it with someone who might need it quietly. And tell me in the comments, did this Christmas feel different for you? You don't have to explain, just be real.